Yeah. Why did I think the bathroom was romantic? Why was that a thing? Okay. It's weird to be talking to a camera again. Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my dead, hopefully to be revived YouTube channel. I used to post One Direction content back in the day, like 10 years ago when I was in college. I've always had the tendency to latch onto things and obsess over them, and yeah, One Direction was one of those things. I was a diehard Directioner at that time. I would post compilations, I would post concert vlogs, and I would write and post One Direction Imagines. Imagines, if you don't know, I actually don't know if this was a thing outside of One Direction. I only ever knew it as a 1D thing. But Imagines are pretty much like fanfiction. They're just pretty short, bite-sized little stories, and they're in second person, so the fan can be in the shoes of the character. I wrote quite a few of those Imagines. I wouldn't even say they were Imagines anymore because they were not short, they were pretty long. I kind of faded out of the fandom around the time they separated. I was pretty distraught, as a fan would be. But I was also busy with school. I was an undergrad. I eventually went to grad school. I was actually studying creative writing. I've wanted to be a writer pretty much my whole life, since, I guess, officially in middle school. And the past few years, I've been really trying to write novels and get on the path to publishing, because I've always wanted to be a traditionally published author. Lately, I've been watching a lot of BookTube. I've also been watching a lot of what I've come to know as AuthorTube. So I thought I'd come back to my channel and start posting again. Not One Direction, unfortunately. I want to start making writing and book content, and hopefully showing my journey to getting published. But yeah, it has been years, so it's been a long time since I've been on YouTube, since I've done filming, video editing, all that kind of stuff, so yeah, please bear with me. But yeah, I thought a fun way to come back here and kind of get things going would be to react to some of my 1D fanfiction. Now, I privated most of my old content, mostly because I did not like to watch things with my face. And yes, the fanfiction was also pretty cringe, but I knew a lot of people liked them. I knew people really liked to go back to them and read them over the years, so I just kept those up. Since Harry Styles was my bias, and still love that man, I'm going to read the Imagine I wrote about him, which is called Like Titanic. And yes, Titanic was also an obsession I had at the time. Okay, so I'm going to be reading this off my Wattpad. I did also post this on there. Whew, okay. I have looked over these over the years just for the heck of it, for nostalgia, but yeah, it has been a while, so let's see. Like Titanic. Scenario. You've been a long-time fan and have always held a special place in your heart for Harry. You and your best friend are attending a One Direction concert and you're practically dying from the anticipation. You and your best friend are standing in line to enter the venue of your One Direction concert. With the sun beating down on you and your heart racing a million miles an hour, you can practically feel the electricity going through your entire body. The excitement becomes so overwhelming that you begin to feel a bit sick. You tap your friend's arm and say, "I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, okay?" "Alright, go ahead. I'll stay here and keep our place in line." You nod and jog over to the other side of the stadium to reach the restroom. Just as your fingertips reach the door, you hear a car noisily pull over not too far from where you're standing. You turn back to look at the car and realize it's actually a bus. A bus? Question mark? Holy freaking crap, you think, as you stare into the window and see 5 dark figures move toward the doors. Now you really feel like you're going to throw up. You're completely frozen in place and just gape as the boys start pouring out of the tour bus. They're all laughing and shoving each other in a playful manner, except for Harry, who's checking something on his phone. Niall spots you, grins, and points you out to Liam, Louis, and Zane. They all laugh, no doubt at your surprised expression, and wave. Just smile and wave, boys. Harry finally glances up to see what they're looking at, and time just stops. Your stomach suddenly doesn't feel queasy anymore. The second you see his face, your lips automatically curve into a smile so big it makes your cheeks ache. He briefly looks away before doing a complete double take. Oh, not the double take. His eyes are now glued to yours, and his feet slowly come to a stop until you're standing directly across from each other. The look on his face seems exactly like how you feel. Shocked, mesmerized. The feeling building up inside your chest is just so amazing. You see him mouth the word. You almost think he's about to approach you when Louis yells, "Harry, Harold, what's keeping you?" Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt a British accent, just pretend it's there. Harry sucks in a quick breath as if waking up from a dream. He shakes his head and breaks into a run to catch up with the boys. Oh, not me doing the love at first sight right off the bat. I can't believe you actually saw them. Your friend abruptly snaps you out of your daze. Huh? Oh, God, yeah, I know. I still can't really believe it either. You're finally settled inside the stadium, and the constant chatter and occasional shrieks around you aren't helping your mind go at ease. You're still trying to figure out if that short and sweet interaction with Harry was your imagination or reality. Hey! Hey! Your friend has to yell in your ear. The crowd is growing louder. Did you get a chance to talk to them? You open your mouth to answer when the crowd suddenly erupts with screams. Both you and your friend forget your current conversation and immediately join in screaming as you see each of the boys pop up like daisies from underneath the stage. They all look pumped and ready for a full night of craziness, except for Harry. For some reason, he almost looks panicked. He's anxiously scanning the crowd for something, or someone. All throughout the night, Harry is constantly pacing back and forth on the stage, searching the crowd while bumping into the boys as they perform. It looks like he's about to give up when a girl right next to you shouts, "I love you!" It catches Harry's attention, and once he looks in your direction, you instantly make eye contact. This time, you both seem to smile at the same time. Keeping his eyes on you, he brings the mic to his lips and says in a loud, clear voice, "Restroom?" The boys look at him in confusion as the crowd laughs at his randomness. Your heartbeat quickens as you realize it may not be so random. Could this mean what you think? You're not entirely sure. You slowly nod your head yes, and you think you see him nod back, but it's so subtle a movement you're not positive he even did it. A few songs later, he whispers something to Louis and runs backstage. You could still be wrong, but you're not missing your chance. You cup your hand around your friend's ear and shout, "I need to go to the bathroom again. I'll be right back." She shouts back in, "Okay," but you're already running to the bathroom outside the stadium where you had first encountered the boys. Your heart sinks when you see that no one else is in the area. You scold yourself in your head. Stupid. Of course her guess was wrong. Why would Harry ever... Hey. You turn and see him running towards you. You. Hi. Your mind goes blank from seeing him right in front of you. He's bending over, his hands on his knees as he catches his breath. "I'm sorry to take you out of the concert." He gets up between breaths. "I just wanted to, talk to you." He quickly shuts his eyes as if he said something stupid. I'm Harry." Your nervousness vanishes for a split second and you burst out laughing. "I know," you say with a teeny smile. "I'm your name." Whenever it says your name, that's basically when you just insert yourself into the story. He returns the smile and opens his mouth to respond when a huge raindrop hits his nose. You both look up, just now noticing the darkened sky, and it begins to pour. "Oh shit," Harry says as he places his hand on the small of your back and rushes you into the girls' room. As the door swings back and forth, you both catch a glimpse of 3 girls trying to cover their heads and running straight towards the bathroom. "Oh shit," you both say, and run, Harry slipping on the wet floor and nearly falling into the stall at the very end. Just as you shut the stall door, the girls come clamoring in. Hurry, hurry, they're gonna sing What Makes You Beautiful soon." Okay, let me just check my makeup." The girls' voices seem to drift away as you and Harry both become completely aware of how close you are. So close you can see the droplets of water trapped within his eyelashes as he looks down at you. His cool breath caresses your cheek, making a shiver slither down your back. "Yeah. Why did I think the bathroom was romantic? Why was that a thing?" Harry takes that as a sign that you're cold and reaches to take his jacket off, but he stops when he realizes it's already soaking wet from the rain. "Don't worry about it," you whisper. "I'm not that cold." However, the close proximity between you two is making your entire body shake uncontrollably. It must be noticeable because Harry looks unconvinced. Without saying anything, he leans into you so that your head is resting against his chest, your arms trapped between your body and his. Your hands are touching the skin his button-down shirt is revealing. "What?" "Yeah, Not exactly helping the shaking, Harry, you think. You hear the girls outside run out, and your body relaxes a little. How's that? You a bit warmer? You don't trust your voice to be steady, so you just nod your head. His chin brushes against the cold chain around your neck, and he jerks away. Oh, sorry, he laughs softly. He then looks more closely at your necklace, intrigued. Is this from Titanic? The heart of the ocean, right? He asks. You feel a little embarrassed for some reason. Hope to God you're not blushing. Yeah, it's just a replica though. It's my favorite movie, so I just like to wear it. I'm, well, pretty much a nerd that way, I guess. He takes the jewel into his hand and admires it. I wouldn't say that makes you a nerd. You smile at that. It's very pretty. Looks good on you. Thank you. It's okay though. I've already fully accepted my nerdiness. As all nerds should, he replies with a big goofy grin. I actually love the film as well. I know, you start to say. God, that sounded so creepy. You laugh. I'm just a big fan is all. I love you. His smile stretches even wider. You and the boys, you add quickly. Ah, well, your name, he says as he takes your hand and shakes it. Always a pleasure to meet a fan. What would you like to know? Then a little break there. I know, right? My best friend always thought it was stupid. Really? Why? Now sitting on the ground, you and Harry are facing each other. You'd asked him about the transition from the X Factor to his fame today, as well as some other things, but the topic somehow circled back to Titanic. Well, see, she said if she was Rose, she would have just let herself die along with Jack right there. Now, I can understand where she's coming from, but I think the ending was perfect. Yeah, I think so too. She's one hell of a girl to be able to have the strength to live without her love. I know, you exclaim. That's what I said. You sigh. It must have been so hard for her to make that decision. I don't think I'm that strong of a person to do what she did. Harry's about to place a comforting hand on your knee when a sudden buzzing makes you both jump. You and Harry each check your pockets for your phones. Oh, that's me, you say simultaneously. You gasp when you're bombarded with dozens of missed calls and texts from your friend asking where the heck you are. Oh my God, we've been in here for over an hour, you say as you notice the time. You quickly text back while you see Harry calling someone as well. Yeah, look, I'm so sorry. No worries, lad. You distinctly hear Niall's voice on the other line. We all sang your solo together, but where are you? Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for Harry to have missed an hour of his own show. Not that realistic. Oh, he gives you a what the hell do I do look. You cover your mouth so you won't laugh, but to no avail. Look, I'll meet you back at the bus, alright? Alright, bye. I have to leave, he says, though the slight strain in his voice makes you think he doesn't really want to. I'm so sorry for making you miss the show. No, I'm sorry for keeping you here. I didn't realize how much I've been blabbing on. Well, he opens the stall door and walks you out of the restroom. I had fun listening to you blab. He nonchalantly shakes your hand again and runs off without another word, leaving you staring after him. You're about to call out, wait, when you realize he'd slipped you a piece of paper when he shook your hand. Ooh. You unfold it to reveal the letter H scrawled onto it, along with a long number. Before you're able to process what the number is, you feel a hand on your shoulder. Hey, your friend turns you around to face her. Here you are. What happened to you? You glance back at the piece of paper and hold it up for her to see. I don't really know. Another section break. This can't really be his phone number. Why would he give it to me? Your name. Your friend plops down beside you on the bed. You spent an entire hour in a bathroom stall with Harry freaking Styles. He missed the last of the concert to talk to you. I'm pretty sure he would give you a legitimate number. You're gripping your phone in one hand and the piece of paper in the other, still unsure. I'll just wait. I don't want to seem too eager. Your name, come on. It's okay to be a little eager, and he obviously wants you to contact him. So text the damn boy. Now. You grip your phone tighter, nod. You're right. What have I got to lose? And with that, you quickly start typing like mad before you can change your mind. Another section break here, and then this is in the boy's perspective. That night on the tour bus, Niall jolts awake from a dream about raining bacon. Why? Damn, he mutters, after realizing it was merely a dream. He shuffles toward the restroom when he notices Harry's bed remains untouched. He sees a tiny light at the back of the bus and follows it to find Harry fiddling with his phone. Harry? Niall murmurs. What you doing up this late? Nothing, Harry says sleepily, clearing his throat. A smile tugs at Niall's lips, and he nudges Harry, his eyes lighting up with amusement. That girl, eh? Harry sighs. I think I screwed up. Giving her my number must have intimidated her. He runs his hand through his hair. She's probably too hesitant to call. You should have asked for her number, you dummy. I know. I wasn't thinking straight. She made me a little nervous. Niall looks surprised. Why, was she like all in your face or something? No, just the opposite, actually. She was a bit shy, but once we got to talking, he shuts his eyes and drapes his arm over them. I really am a dummy. I'll never hear from her again. Beep beep. The sudden noise causes the phone to jump out of Harry's hand, and he clumsily catches it to see a text from an unknown number. Niall looks over his shoulder. Ooh, I wonder who that could be. Harry, it's me. From the restroom? I know you're only in town for a few more days, but would you like to go out with me on one of those nights? Smiley face. Nice, Niall says approvingly. I like this girl. Harry beams and says, almost to himself, I do too. And that is where part 1 ends. Okay, so yeah, not as bad as I thought, but yeah, definitely still cheesy. Definitely still, yeah. Okay, so that's it. If you'd like me to react to more of my imagines, please let me know. The Harry Styles one, I think, is an 8-parter, and I also wrote a couple one-offs for the other boys. But like I said, for the most part moving forward, I'd really like to start making writing content. So if you'd like to join me on my journey, please feel free to come along. I would love to have you. And yeah, I guess that's my first YouTube video back. I'll hopefully see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.